Right? Oh,
That's all.
Well, it began way back when I was in school, in university, art school, art college. It was something I was doing to help, put some money in my pocket. I was doing greeting cards by hand and, selling them customized.
More print graphic, but what we're trying to do is to move into web because we realize it's a growing market in Ghana. So we focus more on print graphics, but we're moving towards web design.
It's like vital now. It makes a big difference, and the companies outside who want to do work with us, for example, the companies in the UK, and what they say is, well, if you can beat the local charges, local design guys around us, we can give you the business because it's neither here nor there. Distance is not an issue anymore here. So it opens up a lot of frontiers for us.
The graphic designers are trained in school, and since the schools are not so well equipped, a lot of it is theoretical. So they may have the knowledge, but then in terms of applications, they are not really up to it. That's where Jonathan's help proves very useful, because he is with them by the computer and they are learning applications and how to apply the programs. Otherwise, it can be a little daunting because these are graphic designers, most of whom don't have computers at home. So if they have someone to take them through to let them know the potential of the programs, it is so much better for them, because then after Jonathan has left, they can use the skills that they would have picked up to improve on the quality of our print graphics here at Accra.
Well, I think programs like this are crucial because, it does a lot to bridge the knowledge, the transfer of knowledge gap, technology transfer techniques. Here we are, we barely know what HTML means, and I'm pretty sure by the time Jonathan leaves, we should be well on our way to at least grasping a certain level, of IT knowledge, which should be able to help us offer the services better. With us, basically, we have solid hardware. We expect to be able, if we place this company, among our competitors or colleagues, if you like, we have a strong hardware base. Now we need the knowledge.
We do use computers in most of our studies. Right now I'm doing, I'm learning computer as in desktop publishing. That's what you get to do when you get to your second year. So that's what I'm doing. But in your first year, you learn computer as in the basics, Word, you start from the basic stuff. If let's say we are 100 and, my class we are 138, and then we have 10 computers. It's not enough. And out of the 10, it's just a few that work. So it's not enough. I think everyone should be entitled to one computer. So then you can learn and learn very, very well, because it's very important. Technology is moving on, and we have to move on with it. We don't have to, Right now it's difficult. We can't do much because we learn everything about the theory, but computer is practical. You have to sit behind the PC day in, day out, do stuff on it. So even if you learn the theory, learn the hardware, learn everything, and you can't do stuff on it, then it's of no use, It's of
This lab is for the book industry, publishing studies, desktop publishing lab. What's happening is that students themselves have tried to acquire their own computers. Some of them have their computers. They share with friends. They go to other computer business centers where they rent the services there to be able to get their work done and also share the knowledge that they have. Some of these computers were donated by Oxford Brookes University when they were facing that, because acquisition is a problem, how to acquire them, because of fund. And then there are problems with maintenance because some of them don't have the specialists. So when they break down, you can't try and error kind of distance. So some of them, they don't last. In fact, when it breaks down, we try to get some people, but it takes time. See, sometimes I have to get them from Accra. And some of them, they are few, so they are always busy having to get them down to him. So it takes some time. And sometimes they collect the parts, saying that we are going to look for the parts and come to replace. Before you are aware, they are not forthcoming.
Rather came to us a bit late, because computers were introduced to the College of Arts barely 6 to 8 years ago, which is quite late. And even as of now, we have just a few for teaching about 350 students. We have just about 6 or 7 computers.
Well, the government is not providing enough capital or enough resources for the lab. And if you have to furnish the lab, you have to take it from the government subvention that comes to the department. And it's about 5 million a month for a whole department. And if a computer costs about 15 million, you can imagine.
I have had to reorganize my syllabus to suit, what goes on, elsewhere. However, the practical aspect of, what I teach them is missing, because we don't have the equipment around.
And we are talking about a new development, a new technology that will enhance the transfer of information. It's the communication gap. So the new technology is enhancing, and we can't stand aloof saying that Ghana is different from what other countries are. If the IT is important to the Americans, it's equally important to the Ghanaian. I hope you understand. Unless Ghana decides to say that they are not part of the world system, and you can say so also. So if information technology is very important, it's the backbone of the development in the Western society, then invariably Ghana also is counting on information technology to develop.
Otherwise, we may have to rely on the Ghana government again, the university itself, but that is an area which is almost impossible to secure funds, because the Ghana government is already tied down with other problems. So we cannot add that. But the immediate and the most probable place to get solution to our problem is going back to the industry to seek their support.